Hello, guys, and welcome back to another Schmoedown reaction right here on Dedicated to Art. As usual, I am your host, Kees Cornelissen, joined as usual by Nico Rigoli and Chris Doman for something that I think a lot of people could consider long overdue: Witney Seibold's singles debut. The guy
Yay!
has a damn title match coming up in terms of teams, but for some reason this is his first singles match. So, well, finally it's here. Hopefully, it goes well for him. And he's going up against someone I honestly don't really know, David Del Rio. Um, so, Chris, do you know David?
I do. I've not had the pleasure of meeting him, but as I would consider Whitney and his beloved partner William Bibiani as friends of the channel, friends of the show. And listen, David is an accomplished critic. He is a very smart guy when it comes to the world of film. He's a really, I think he's actually a really good, critiquer of film. But for personal reasons, Whitney, come on. Come on.
Just
Alice from
please
Die
do.
Hard. Come on.
Yes, jeez, yeah, that's a thing. Anyway, Nico, what are your thoughts on this match today?
So, because I've only been on this channel for a little bit of a shorter time than you guys have, I don't have that kind of personal connection to critically acclaimed like you guys do. So,
I don't.
oh,
I'm not
well,
claiming anything.
All me.
fair enough, fair enough. But basically, the way I'm going is I'm going with David Del Rio, and it's because it's for
You
an
like
interesting
this
reason.
Controversial.
It's for an interesting reason. Bibiani and Whitney were supposed to beat late to the party. Bibiani was supposed to beat JTE. There are a lot of matches that the members of Critically Acclaimed are supposed to win and supposed to win with ease. And every time we come to that assumption, the exact opposite happens. So I feel like the people who think this is a shoe-in for Witney Seibold, I feel like they might end up with egg on their face here simply because of the way history has played out for this particular team and the members of it. I feel like David Del Rio is once again the upset kid that they've put against a member of critically acclaimed, and it's going to be another upset.
An interesting view of using your history. Well done, Nico. And I'm actually not gonna say that's unfounded. But I am going to say it's kind of unlikely because a lot of people were saying that Schnepp was going to beat Whitney back in that horror exhibition for Ash versus Evil Dead. And what happened? Bruce Campbell answered half the answers, but Whitney still won. So, yeah, that's fair.
No, yeah, look, I just don't know David well enough to know anything about his trivia knowledge, and I do know that Whitney is pretty damn good himself. He has a title match coming up. He did pretty well at the free for all, and it just seems that he really knows movies well. So based off of that, I'm just saying, like, first of all, he knows how to play the game. Second of all, he just has the knowledge. David is a wild card. He could come in and surprise all of us. Would be great to have another great Schmoedown competitor, because that's the thing. If David manages to win today, you have a damn good competitor, or Whitney has just all the bad luck that he could have. So, like, anything can happen. I'm hoping for a great match, but I'm expecting that Whitney will win. Anyway, we can speculate all day, as I always say, but we just have to see. We are going to see for ourselves right now, so we'll just press play in 3, 2, 1, play.
Why?
Hello,
Mr.
Hey.
Commissioner.
Hey, Commish.
fans. It's me, your singles commissioner, Sam Levine. How are you? Look,
First,
I want you to know
Yeah.
things are going great at the Schmoedown right now. I have been working with Emma Fife, the other commissioner of the league. We are doing our best to bring a little bit of calmness, a little bit of unity to the league. There's a lot of messy stuff going on right now, but everybody keeps asking me, hey Sam, Dan Murrell is the champ again. So when do we get to see him play another match? And look, nobody wants to see Dan Murrell play another match for that title more than this guy. So I am here to announce right now that Dan Murrell's next opponent for the championship will be not me.
Damn it.
Let that soak in for a minute. I'm done. But I do have some very exciting news as to who Dan will be facing next. So here's how it's going to go down. We've got 2 sets of matches that are going to determine your number 1 contender. The first match is between Lon Harris and William the Beast Bibiani, a former champion
I like
himself.
it.
I like
the
it.
winner of that match
And the other one?
playing the winner of John the Outlaw Roca, former champ, playing opposite Mark the Android. Andreyko. Not a champ yet, but someday.
Okay.
So there you have it.
Okay.
You've
I dig
got
it.
The
I
winner
dig it.
of Lon versus Bibbs and Roca versus Andreyko. Playing
Bibbs and
against
Andreyko
each other
3?
for the number 1
Please?
contender spot. And you know what?
Bibbs Roca?
2.
Since I'm the new
Yes.
singles commish, let's see if Christian lets me get away with this one. Just for funsies, I am throwing Ethan Irwin into that number 1 contenders match. That's right. It's going to be a 3-way match to determine the next number 1 contender to play against Dan Murrell for that singles title. What do you think about that?
Okay, then Bibbs and Draco Irwin, please.
Please.
There are a couple of rematches.
I'm getting giddy over here.
Wow.
I got these.
Yes.
That is crazy.
That's awesome. Okay. I wonder what entrance Whitney will have.
Match. It is a debut.
You know it's gonna be great.
For 2 competitors.
It's
One
gonna be
rookie,
something.
You know
one
it'll
pro,
lose
but
to
his
Andrew
first
Guy by
ever
just coming out and
appearance in the
screaming
singles
"fuck you"
division.
to
So
everybody
you want to talk about a
because
pro who knows his stuff, who's proven himself
I'm sorry.
in the team format, and then you
Screw
have,
your
like
bias
you said,
case.
a newcomer,
He did
somebody
not
whose
deserve
last name
singles
I'm very
entrance.
familiar with because I'm a football
No,
fan.
he
I
did
don't know if he's
not.
related
I
to
was
Jack
not a
Del
big
Rio,
fan of
but
that
it's
entrance,
David
to be
Del
fair.
Rio, and he's taking on Witney Seibold. This is no easy
Seibold,
feat.
oh my
The name
god.
is Seibold.
Seibold.
No,
Yeah.
Whitney the Beauty
Yeah,
Seibold. and
Whitney
he
with an
is
H, right?
the number 1
Wait,
contender in the team's division. with
Whitney
his partner, the
Seibold?
former champion,
What was
William
it?
the Beast Bibiani. And they will be
He's not from
facing the
San
Shire
Diego.
Wolves coming up in just a few weeks.
think.
But he's been wanting to play.
Cool
in singles.
Whip
He's
Sunburn?
been wanting to play for a long time. The fans have been hammering me. When will the Beauty be playing
Cool
in
Whip.
singles? When will it happen? Well, it's happening today. Now,
John
Diamond
Maroney.
Dave Del Rio.
His name's Diamond.
Hey.
Dave Del
That's
Rio.
my
You like him,
favorite
you like
man.
him even more
Diamond
now.
David Lee Roth.
Diamond Dave Del Rio. Now, he's been a fan of the movie Trivia Schmoedown for a long time. He's been
Diamond
in talks.
Darryl?
He's an actor. He's a well-established actor. He's been talking for a long time about joining the league. He's been a fan of the league. But when I asked him to compare himself to 2
Wait a minute, is he
players, if he could,
Shades
who are 2
in
players you think
Luke Cage?
that you are on the same level with? The 2 names he gave me
I don't know
were
Luke
Ethan
Cage.
Irwin and Dan Murrell.
Okay, those are very famous people.
Those are 2 names. Now, if he shows up to be that kind of player, Witney Seibold could be in Seibold
Yeah.
could have problems
Jesus
tonight.
Christ.
However, sometimes the lights get to people. I don't care if you are a successful actor. This is a different stage. So maybe he had compared himself a little too fast to 2 of the greats. We don't know yet because he's brand new. He is
I've
a
got him
rookie, and
confused
we're going to
with.
find
I got
out
him
tonight.
confused with
Too
David
much, too
White.
fast, too soon, or is he right on target? If you name yourself Diamond Dave, you
Alonzo's-
better
Alonzo
have a lot of
Geraldo's husband.
confidence to back it up. And like you said, Witney Seibold is
Seibold.
teammates with William Bibiani.
Bibiani.
You know what? Let's just go to the pre-interviews.
Here we go. Let's
Jesus
see how
Christ.
we got here.
Thank you.
Take it away.
Thank you.
Bibiano, what the shits?
Greetings, friends. My name is Witney the Beauty Seibold. My name is David Del Rio, and I am here because I should be here.
Yes.
I am beyond psyched to compete in the movie Trivia Schmoedown. I've been competing on the
Wait a minute,
Schmoedown
he does
for
look kind of familiar. I
a
don't know
little
that
bit
I've met him.
now, usually as a teammate with William the Beast Bibiani. It is now my time to shine. It is now my time to let the world know what I am all about. I've been watching the movie Trivia Schmoedown for 2.5, 3 years now. I was the 14-year-old kid who knew who Buster Keaton was. This is my Super Bowl. This is my FIFA. I feel like I found my tribe. I feel like I found my people, and I cannot wait to compete. Now, I don't know who this Dustin, Diamond, Dave, whatever his name is. He played Screech, I believe.
I am here to win.
Ouch.
I'm here to be in the mantle of the greats.
Do actors belong in the Schmoedown? Well, maybe, maybe not. They're good looking. I'm also good looking. But are they smart?
Well, Sam Levine and Sam Witwer definitely showed that they're smart.
Yes.
In the schoolyard,
Yes, they did.
And now I have entered the schoolyard with like-minded players.
He had the choice of certain competitors. He might have bitten off a little more than he can chew.
I think Witney is the MVP. He's one of the greats.
It's my time.
And I just wanted to say to Witney, best of luck. It's an honor to play against you, and I hope I have an opportunity to lightly tap you on the shoulder and say, could you kindly step aside?
Ooh, I like that. Got confidence.
See, I feel like he's like a babyface version of Lon Harris.
Okay,
Now,
this is
Seibold
interesting.
has been calling for it for a
Del
bit.
Rio
He
was in
wants
Pitch
to play
Perfect
in the singles.
and
Diamond Dave
Nickelodeon
wants to
series
make
The
a
Troop.
Impact here, and we are going to find out whether or not either one of them can do it. I'm hoping for a good match.
It's too bad
Let's
I don't
get
like.
to it.
Yeah, you sound like you're
Pitch
going to be
Perfect,
surprised
but-
if we have a match at all. I am pumped up. The crowd's ready to go.
Oh, I mean,
Gonna light this baby up, Christian.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown.
Then when it's applause.
Introducing first,
Better be Van Halen.
making his
not Van Halen, sorry, Alice.
Schmoedown debut.
what is it?
Give it up for Diamond
Oh, it's
Dave Del Rio. There's Diamond
Okay.
Dave.
Diamond Dave.
Coming over here.
Where are you going?
I haven't had one of those in a
Very
while.
nice to meet you, sir. An off-camera handshake, and now he's reappeared.
I'll probably do
Since the
that when
days
I
of
inevitably
Josh
make my
McCool.
debut.
Very classy. I have not seen anyone wear a scarf this well
You
since
hope.
Mark Yodi Riley.
Well,
I
look,
can
that's another
dream.
name there.
Welcome
Diamond
to
Dave
you.
Del Rio
I
coming
feel
in
you,
at
man.
Kanye
I'm a dreamer
West
too. I
and
feel you.
shaking the hands of the
Yeah, I
Schmoes.
just have
I'm
no
liking what
dreams
he's doing.
ever
Right.
because I live on the wrong goddamn
His
continent.
opponent, making
now.
his Schmoedown
Yes.
singles debut, representing critically
Fight Club.
acclaimed
Yeah.
Witney the Beauty Seibold.
Oh
Wait,
boy.
what?
Yeah,
Oh,
where
no.
is my mind?
Is he doing Logan?
No.
No.
I feel like I should know this.
I feel like I should too.
For some reason, it's not coming to me.
Wait a minute, is this Memento?
Oh, this is something else.
Yeah.
I think it's something Hitchcock.
Yeah. It. Oh, what?
It kind of has to be, you know.
Psycho? Is it? No, no.
Oh.
Oh, damn it!
Oh.
Eraserhead, he looks very
David Lynch.
Oh, no, there's the
Oh, there's
confidence.
the Beast. There's his team partner.
Oh, the Beast
Oh,
has.
he's putting on the actual.
He's taking-
Oh,
he's
putting
taking
his
a
fighting
jacket off.
Oh, he wants the actual fighting jacket. He doesn't feel comfortable.
Okay,
Oh,
this is
there's-
Ah.
very James Brown.
Yes, there it is.
Getting that
All right.
jacket on.
Beast comes in to help out his buddy, and there
That's
you
a
go.
very nice move by
Okay.
the Beast. As
See,
we get
the
Whitney
hair
set.
from
Notice
Eraserhead's
Whitney
pretty
did not shake our
iconic,
hand, but
but if
David
you,
did. So
if
David
I
gets
don't
an
see
early
it, I don't
5-point
recognize
advantage.
it. So
Yes, that's
well
what
done,
I
Whitney.
That's what I wanted.
All right, so Mark.
Yeah, I've never
our
seen
competitors have
Eraserhead,
sat
so-
down, give them the rules
Oh,
for the
so
round,
fucked
and
up
number
myself.
one.
In round number one, the field of competitors
you
is
do.
going to hear 8 questions
I
from
do.
8 different movie trivia Schmoedown categories. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing in round one. As soon as we ask the question, you have about 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on the whiteboard with the marker we have provided for you. After that 15 seconds is up, when we ask you by name to reveal your answer, please show the whiteboard, and your beautiful penmanship sportsmanship to the camera and to us up here at the answer desk. And also, please verbalize your answer into the microphone. Each competitor, throughout the 3 rounds of the match, has 3 usages of the JTE rule. You're not sure you heard a question or you just want to buy yourself some time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point in the match.
All right, Whitney, with that, are you ready?
I am, sir.
David, are you ready?
Looking forward to it. Let's do it.
Then let's get ready to
I'm expecting a lot of points here.
Yeah, we'll see.
A lot of points here.
All right, gentlemen, question number 1 is in the realm of action-adventure. What is the subtitle of the first Pirates of the Caribbean movie that was released in 2003?
I am a big fan of subtitle questions.
Oh, yeah?
The New Batch? Are you kidding me?
Did you write this one?
No, no, I don't do that anymore.
5.
It's not Point Break, is it?
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
David.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
1-1.
All right.
All right.
Boom.
Gonna use the
Perfect
in there.
all around.
Missing my
All right.
little-
We move on to your next
Yeah, no,
category.
go.
And that is in the world of comedies.
There is a
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm
question
gonna
is-
lose a
ABC.
point.
Sit-
I miss a point.
In the world of comedies, who played Wanda Gershwitz in the film A Fish Called Wanda?
Yes, this was her.
Some of the Monty Python fellas in that. You know, it's the greatest comedy troupe of all time?
They're up there.
Oh,
5,
Lordy.
4.
I don't know this movie, so I have no clue.
2, 1. Pens
Jamie
down.
Lee
Audrey-
Curtis.
Dave.
I had
I
Audrey
put Jamie Lee
Hepburn.
That's
Curtis.
correct.
also put
Audrey
Jamie Lee
Hepburn is
Curtis.
older than that.
Okay, 2.
I don't know when this film came out.
right.
I don't know when this film came out.
1988.
The world of dramas. To administer it is Doors enthusiast Christian Harlow.
Here we go. What was the title of the Tommy Lee Jones sequel of The Fugitive?
It's the one with RDJ in it.
Really limped through that.
Horribly worded question.
It was not perfect.
Yes,
that is not worded.
You're not a strong reader.
That's not worded well.
Okay. You have a family, a lot of
5,
responsibilities.
4,
Break on through to the other side.
3,
No,
2,
no, just
1.
no.
Whitney.
U.S. Marshals.
U.S. Marshals.
Yes, indeed.
Ah,
US
right.
Marshals.
Tie game.
I didn't have that.
No, me neither.
I like how Whitney provided us quotes like he's writing an article. Thank you very much for that. Your next question, the world of animated movies. These are movies drawn by hand or on a computer. And your question is, who voiced Count Dracula in Hotel Transylvania?
All right.
Ooh.
I was listening to
Is
an interview
it
with
bad that we
Williams
know
there the
this
other
one
day.
or good?
No. He, like,
These are good movies.
he's good in this at least.
2, 1. Pens down.
Adam
Dave.
Sandler.
Adam Sandler.
Sir Adam Sandler.
Yes, it is. And
Chancellor Adam Sandler.
4. Either one counts. All right, tie game here after 4 questions, and the 5th comes from fantasy
Just
slash
picture
sci-fi.
Adam Sandler saying
In
unlimited
Monty
power.
Python and the Holy Grail, which character does Arthur cut the arms and the legs off of?
Oh,
Tanya, for my money,
I
funniest.
really need to watch this, and I don't know why I
You're
haven't
also gonna
yet.
say The Doors
Get
is the
on
funniest movie ever.
Yeah, get on
I've
it.
seen
It's
you watch
really fun.
You're actually right
I'm
about
not
that.
entirely sure on this one.
3,
The Lizard King.
2,
Wacky.
1. Pens down.
Black
Stumpy. Stumpy.
Black Knight.
Yes, Dave.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say Jean-Pierre Jeunet.
Incorrect. So Dave misses, and that's the first
Yay,
miss.
I got that
Whitney,
one.
Yeah.
Good job.
Whitney
I'm happy because I don't remember it
still
that well.
perfect here. 5-4. 5-4.
I just remember the rabbit.
I can't do that. 5-4 in
And
favor of Whitney. We move on to the 6th question of 8 in round number 1. This is from the world of movie quotes. And your question is, what iconic villain says, "I find your lack of faith
Oh,
disturbing"?
come on.
okay.
Could be what
I was almost worried there.
the roadie
Then,
says to Wayne when he's looking for Jim Morrison in the
Give him
desert.
the answer. 5, 4,
Enough of
3,
this. Vader,
2,
release
1.
him.
Dave.
Darth Vader.
Steve
Darth
Palpatine.
Yes, it is. Whitney.
It's Vader.
Ah,
All right.
damn.
Bro!
1 point.
Oh, dude.
6-5.
Dude. This is Star Wars.
Right.
Let's
Neither
get that in that
competitor
movie.
showed their own ambition.
I don't know why, but I heard it in his voice. I heard it in his
Horror
voice.
slash thriller
Right.
is the 7th.
That's fair. That would be something he'd
What
say.
2010 romantic horror film directed by Matt Reeves about a 12-year-old boy who develops a friendship with a child vampire? Thank you. Get it right.
What?
You really hit the high note on 12-year-old boy.
Thank you. 5,
Wrong director, but
4, 3, 2, 1.
Monsters.
Let me in.
Damn it!
Dave.
That's right.
Let me in.
Correct. 7-6.
Did not have that.
They're good.
You know?
7-6. 7-6. Whitney has a close now.
Swedish
One
original
more.
was much better.
Now, if Whitney
Agreed.
hits this, he will have a perfect game.
As you
And
should.
here we go.
Well, perfect game thus far. He'll get a bonus question asked just to him, but you got to get this question right, and it comes from the category of it's a Patreon question. How
Of
about a
course
hand for
it is.
Jonathan Peck? All right.
Hey!
Hey!
Virginia,
Thank you, Jonathan.
Jonathan, thank you for supporting the show. Check out the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Patreon if you have not already. In the category of new releases is what Jonathan wanted. So your new release question for a point is, who plays charismatic cult leader Billy Lee in Bad Times at the El Royale?
I'm not sure. I haven't seen this. That's just
You ever have seen this?
fast.
I did. I liked it a lot. Yeah. 5, 4.
Very mixed reviews.
Repeat the question, please.
That's 1.
Who plays charismatic cult leader Billy Lee in Bad Times at the El Royale?
I have a guess. I'm
I
not
haven't
sure.
seen this yet either.
You know who a charismatic cult leader was?
5.
Jim Morris.
4.
Closing out the
Ouch.
slate.
Let it die.
It's your
3.
fault.
Ouch.
You started it.
2. 1. And
Benicio del
Hemsworth.
Toro.
John Hamm.
Incorrect.
Jeff Bridges.
Also John Hamm.
Oh, no perfect
missed. No
round. I
perfect
thought that
round.
was a gimme with the Chris Hemsworth was the
Chris
correct
Oh,
answer.
Hey!
Because Whitney missed, it's only a 1-point lead here by Whitney going into round number 2.
I got 4.
Del Rio
I'm
hit
not mad
6
at
in his
that.
debut. Seibold hit 7
I
in his
should
singles
probably be
debut.
mad at myself.
And now we hit round number 2. Mark, how's that go?
Yeah, we certainly got us a match
It's okay.
for sure in round number 2. It's the
I'm
wheel
not
round, the
saying
wheel of
anything.
fate, doom, and justice. Each
You got
competitor
7.
gets a spin at that
Oh, no,
wheel.
yeah,
Please spin
no,
it very
yeah.
gently
Yes,
today
7.
from the wheel, not the
Good job.
pegs. Each category that you see on there
thanks, man.
corresponds to 4 questions in that particular movie trivia Schmoedown genre. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question.
I
However,
wanna check
stealing
if
is
Jeff
available
Bridges is even
in
in that
round
movie.
number 2. So if a competitor misses a question,
I
the other
don't
competitor can answer for
believe
points
so.
on their side. If you're not sure of the answer, you can ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4
No,
options,
he
one of
is.
which is the
Okay.
correct answer. At that point, the value of the
I
question
don't
goes
feel
down
too bad about
to
myself.
1. And
Oh,
I'll
man,
remind
good
everybody that the
guess.
wheel for today's match is sponsored by our Schmoedown patron, Justin Roby. How about a hand for
Thank you,
Justin out there?
That's a
One
new
of the
name.
wheel slices, David Fincher and Natalie Portman. They are on there. Thank you,
Fincher,
Justin. And
yes,
the wheel
please.
slice for today's match
Oh,
is
for fuck's
sponsored by
sake,
one of
no,
our
no
Schmoedown
Fincher.
patrons. That slice would
No.
be Mr.
Nico,
Robin.
get out.
Your girlfriend already
We
beat me.
will say the name of that
Your
patron
girlfriend
should
beat me
somebody
with that
spin
once.
the
Why
legend.
don't think I'm meeting?
You know why? Because
So
he's a great
David Del Rio
director and she
having
has
a
good
very
taste.
good, auspicious start to his Schmoedown debut. However, it is Whitney who finds himself with a 1-point advantage. So, Whitney, would you like to spin first or defer to Diamond Dave?
I defer to Mr. Dave.
Ooh, that's very nice.
By all means.
We'll never get tired of saying Diamond Dave.
It's a good nickname.
Yeah, it's a good
It's a
nickname.
good nickname.
All right. Like this kid already. That's a good spin.
That's
I don't know.
Get
Oh,
a
no,
bonus
I-
choice just for that
Goes.
spin.
it counts.
This could be
Oh.
spinner's choice or action of
Oh,
Spinner's choice it is.
that's
Spinner's
how you
choice.
spin.
All right. Do you want to spin again, David?
Apparently.
Actors and actresses, please.
Actors and actresses.
Here
Okay.
we go, actors and actresses.
That's an interesting thing to take.
Pull that one up for you.
Very broad.
All right. Would you like actors and actresses, or would you like famous actors
Just
and
the famous ones, please.
There you go.
So not yourself.
I'll take the obscure one.
I'm
Here
kidding.
you go, Dave.
Robert Zadar.
4 questions in the realm of famous actors and actresses. Kevin Costner and Tim Robbins get caught in a love triangle with what actress in 1988's Bull Durham?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Sarandon.
For 2 points. That's correct.
Susan Sarandon.
All right. Question 2. What Oscar-winning actor plays a private investigator in 1974, the devil in 1987, and then the president in 1996?
Repeat the question, please.
That's your second one.
Yep.
What Oscar-winning actor plays a private investigator in 1974, the devil in 1987, and the president in 1996?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Jack Nicholson, B, Gary Oldman,
Oh,
C,
duh.
Anthony
Yeah, it is
Hopkins,
Jack Nicholson.
D, Jeff Bridges?
Chinatown, The Witches of Eastwick, and
A. Jack Nicholson.
1 point.
Chinatown,
done.
Witches of Eastwick, and Mars Attacks with an exclamation point.
Yes, it is. All right, question number 3.
There you go.
In Notting Hill, who has an uncredited cameo as Anna's American movie star boyfriend?
What?
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Tom Cruise, B, Alec Baldwin, C, John Hamm, D,
Aaron Eckhart.
Tom Cruise.
B. Alec Baldwin.
1 point. That's
Oh,
correct.
okay.
All right, he's maneuvering his way around, although he's getting faced with some tough questions.
All right,
Yeah,
last
they're
question.
kind of tough. Yeah.
What was the first Shakespearean role that Orson Welles played in a film?
I actually know this one.
Are they looking for the movie or the
role?
character?
The role. 5.
Yeah.
4.
So they're looking for a
It's
character.
the
in-
guy from
Multiple
Henry
choice.
IV and Henry
A.
V.
Hamlet. B. Macbeth.
Macbeth?
C. King Lear. D. Othello.
Didn't think of any of those.
Why am I thinking King Lear? I think I'm wrong, but for some reason
5,
King Lear is
4,
speaking to me.
3.
I'm going to say C.
It's incorrect for the steal.
Othello?
Incorrect. Macbeth. 1 point.
Hey, I was right.
All right,
I
so
can
now
guess-
Diamond Dave has a 3-point lead on Witney Seibold. Witney now will hit
I remember
the wheel.
Macbeth in his
If Witney hits
filmography
something
when I
that
looked
he's
it
good
up.
at,
Please don't hit the wheel.
Really,
actually,
the only
Just
reason I went with it.
gentle spin is all that's
When he's
needed.
looking, if Whitney can get something that he's comfortable at, then he's
Get
gonna give
Fincher,
himself a nice
please.
lead. However, if he gives himself,
Actually, he doesn't want
He's doing the exact same thing.
There you
He
go.
doesn't
It's
want
a-
Fincher.
It's,
That's not
it's a
his strength.
necessary spin for an elderly wheel.
all right. And
Then,
there we
okay,
go, and we're
don't get
landing
Fincher.
on Robin Williams.
It is Robin Williams. Do you want to stick with Robin Williams and make one of our patrons very happy? No pressure.
Sticking with Robin Williams.
And that means we get to shout out Ethan Naftalin.
Nice.
Ethan
Thank you, Ethan.
Naftalin. Good slice. Great actor.
I wish
all-time
Jamie
legend.
Costa was here to ask these questions.
Oh my God, Jamie Costa, one of the best
Yes.
Robin Williams enthusiasts and impressionists you will ever see. You get 4 questions in the wild, wonderful world of Mr. Williams Whitney. And your first question is, in what film does Robin Williams play Maxwell Wizard Wallace, an arrogant and abusive vagrant that teaches homeless children music and employs them as street performers?
August Rush.
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Being Human, B, Deconstructing Harry, C, The Big White, or D, August Rush?
Being human.
That is incorrect for the steal for a point, David.
August Rush.
It is August
1
Rush.
point steal for Diamond Dave.
They're supposed to be reading the multiple
steal by
choice
Diamond Dave
answers
there, going
once
by
it
4.
gets deferred
All
to
right,
the other
your next
person.
question back
Good,
to you,
yes.
Whitney, for 2 points. Your question is, Robin Williams plays a character by the name of John Keating in what 1989 film?
Dead
Is
Poets
that-
Society.
Oh, okay.
Which one?
Dead Poet Society.
Oh.
2 points for Whitney. He's right back in the ball game.
Yep.
Movie he should have won.
All
the
right,
Oscar
your next
for.
question.
Over-
Who
over
plays
Daniel
Robin
Lewis.
Williams' co-lead in the family film RV?
Oh, I saw that movie.
Multiple choice, please.
Is it A, Cheryl Hines, B, Sarah Jessica Parker,
Cheryl Hines.
C, Brooke Shields, or D, Elizabeth Hurley?
Elizabeth Hurley?
That is incorrect for another steal, Diamond Dave.
Cheryl Hines.
It is Cheryl Hines.
Wow.
Big steal by Del Rio here.
David is
Robin
doing
Williams
well.
not being kind here to Whitney.
That's right. All right, your last question in the world of Robin Williams to pull within 1 of David going into round 3. Robin Williams is the Reverend for John Krasinski and Mandy Moore's wedding.
License to
in
Wed.
what film?
License to Wed.
He knew that one. 2 points.
All right, but
12-11,
Del Rio
close
finds himself
game.
with a 1-point lead now. First round was Whitney. Second round is Dave Del Rio. And now we are going to round number 3. What do we got?
In round number 3, this is the final round. This will determine the winner and the loser of today's match. Each competitor is going to give us a series of numbers. They range from 1 to 20. You're going to give us 3 numbers
Probably should have
each, and those
responded
correspond
to
to a different category
Yeah.
of movie trivia know-how up here at the
Probably.
answer desk. The
I
first
think
number
he
you give us is
wanted
gonna
to
be
throw
your
the
2-point
the
question.
patron a
The next
bone.
one will correspond to your 3-pointer.
I don't think
and
that's
then
really
the
factored in.
5-point question, should we make it that far. Now, because Diamond David is in
Diamond
the lead by
Dave.
a point, you get to give us your series of 3 numbers first. What do you feel lucky with?
5, 10, and 12.
5, 10, and 12.
10 and
for
12. And Whitney, what's your lottery numbers?
4, 15, and 16.
All right.
4, 15, and 16. I'll be administering the questions to Whitney, and then Christian will helm for David. So, Whitney, you selected number 4 for your 2-point question, and that corresponds to Miss Kate Blanchett.
All right.
Not as loved in the studio, apparently, as Meryl Streep, but all right. And Whitney, your 2-point question for the lead. What is the only Wes Anderson-directed film to feature Kate Blanchett in its cast?
Five.
Moonrise Kingdom.
That is incorrect. We're looking for The Life Aquatic.
Yeah.
All right, so,
Steve Zissou.
so that
Jeez.
now Whitney has to answer his second question, which is the
Some of these 2
number
points have
15.
gotten
That is the number
harder,
15. Okay, Whitney.
Seems.
Number 15 for your 3-point question, and once again the lead in the world of romantic comedies.
Woof.
Romantic comedies. And your question is, name the 2 co-leads of the 2008 rom-com film Four Christmases.
Vince
Vince
Vaughn.
Vaughn, Reese Witherspoon.
Yeah.
The Barbarian Brothers.
Wow.
It was actually not the Barbarian Brothers. It was
Okay.
Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon.
Of course it was.
Damn.
All right.
Is he gonna get TKO'd
We
here?
find ourselves in a very interesting position here. Whitney
You're in a
has
damn
to
title
answer his
match.
5-pointer. If
Is
he hits
he
it, it
giving
bounces
up?
back to David Del Rio.
pulling a Jeff
However,
Snyder.
if he misses, Dave Del Rio will find
quite,
himself
but-
a TKO victory over the Beauty.
And it's weird looking him in the eye calling him the Beauty, but Whitney,
I can see that.
the Beauty, Seibold. For your 5-point category, the most crucial question you'll answer in today's match, you selected number 16. And for a big 5 points, that's in the world of horror movies.
Oh, okay.
And your question
Okay.
is, which installment in the Paranormal Activity franchise is the only one to be set primarily during the 1980s?
84.
Paranormal Activity 3.
5 points for
Oh.
White.
Wow. Okay.
All right, he's
Well
still
done.
alive, and now all of a sudden, David Del Rio, who's never felt the white hot spotlight of the movie Trivia Schmoedown before, he thought he might have a win walking away. Now he's got to answer some questions.
Well, this is
Don't
it.
mess up.
Yeah, this is where the players. This is where the players
Very
play
warm
here.
up here.
So we're gonna start here.
That cold on your shoulder a little bit.
All right, here we go. So number 5, new releases. New
Okay.
releases, movies that have come out between the last 12 to 18 months.
Give or
new
take.
releases, give or take.
Couple weeks.
Dave, in 2018 Searching, who plays David Kim?
John
who's
Cho.
searching for his missing daughter.
John Cho.
Correct. 2 points.
Great
All
movie,
right.
by the
All
way.
right.
The
So
next question,
now-
he answers right.
Yes, he just has to hit his 3 or his 5 to
Yeah,
win the
either
game.
one.
If he hits the 3, he wins. And here we
Don't pull
go.
a
Category
schmoes.
number 10. Category number 10. Romance.
Curse words.
Romance. Here we go. Dave,
Yikes.
name the 2 actors who were vying for Bridget Jones's
Hugh
affection
Grant and
in
Colin
Bridget
Firth.
Jones's diary.
Colin Firth and Hugh Grant.
Wow. Well done.
Called it.
Well done.
Finally, Son of a bitch.
Diamond David Whitney shaking hands.
Debuts and beats Witney Seibold. What a debut for Diamond
He'll be
Dave.
back.
What a great match we had. Whitney,
be.
it looked like he might run away with it in round number 1. David levels the playing field and goes into round 3 with an advantage after a stellar round number 2. And then it's anybody's ball game, and it came out Diamond Dave today.
It sure did. He was calm, cool, and collected up there, and he beat a really solid player, potentially a team champion inside of Mr. Witney Seibold there. But Diamond Dave Del Rio says he's a good competitor, proves he's a good competitor, and now we've got a force on the scene.
Yeah, Diamond Dave, the Beauty, 2 great nicknames, and now Jen Sturger's going to have an interview with each one of them. Take it away, Jen.
What's up, Movie Trivia Schmoedown fans? Jen Sturger here with Diamond Dave. That was a really impressive debut. I mean, congratulations
Thank
on
you
your
so
first
much.
win.
Yeah.
Where did you come from? You've been a fan of the show for a long time?
Yeah. I've been watching the show for like 2.5 years now, and as I was saying earlier, that I would always watch or always read Collider and their news and all that stuff. And every time I just see the Movie Trivia Schmoedown, I was like, oh, let me click on that, and I felt like I found my people.
So you're playing along at home, sitting on your couch, and you're like, what made you go, I can do this?
My poor wife. I was like, honey, did you hear me say that answer? I got it right. Did you? And she's like, yes, I did. You're brilliant, or whatever, that kind of thing. But yeah, no, I'm. You listen. I'm the kind of kid that would always ask people, hey, do you want to play the movie game? And no one would want to play with me. So now that I'm here, it's just like it's a really wonderful, wonderful time.
So you feel
Really
like
good
you
people.
finally found your home.
Does
right?
anybody,
feels
anybody
that
else
way.
kind
It
of
definitely
hear
feels
Jay
that way.
Baruchel
No,
in
you
his
got thrown
voice?
into the ring today with,
I haven't
potential
seen
team
enough of
champ.
How to Train Your
I
Dragon
mean,
to
no
know that.
slouch in Whitney.
Yeah, no, not
Was it
at
a
all.
little intimidating going in there, your first shot?
Absolutely. He's one of the best. I mean, he's an MVP. So, I mean, I was just very, very intimidated. But yeah, I mean, it was a great match to be thrown in for my first time. It just got my feet wet, and now I know what to expect in the future with other MVPs.
You're an actor by trade, right?
Yeah.
So being under the lights probably didn't get to you as much as most people.
That's only because I was acting, because I was really nervous up there. My palms were very sweaty, and I'm just
Knees
glad
weak,
that
arms were
I
heavy.
kept my cool.
Thank God we're not doing mics then.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
So what's next, man?
Nothing. No, just doing movies, working on production. Hopefully, I can come back.
No, I mean, like, I mean, obviously you're very successful, but what's next?
Oh,
for
I know
you?
what you mean. I
What's
see.
next for you here? I mean, there's a whole
Paul
field of players out there that are ready to take you on.
I'm here to play. I just want to play.
Yeah?
Right now, my first
That'd be
answer is I just
good.
want to play.
Yeah, that would be.
Goals is just to continue to play with the best.
So you came out cool, calm, and collected. What about Chance Ellison? How would you feel about that?
I would love an opportunity to play anybody, but Chance would be quite a competitor.
I don't know, Christian. Let's make it happen. Whitney, you're looking a little frazzled after that.
A little bit. You know, living the existentialist nightmare as usual.
I don't
The
think
hair.
it's making it any better,
I think I'm putting flakes of hairspray just about everywhere.
including.
Son of
So
that was awesome.
It's snowing.
such an impressive first round, and then it's like, I felt like you wanted to be kind and take the patron slice, and
Look,
it totally bit you in the
I
ass.
was a little too generous, I think. I know now to be more selfish. That's the way to go. Thank you to our Patreon sponsor for completely tripping me up.
He didn't write the questions.
I didn't write. I knew my Robin Williams trivia, just not the questions they asked me.
Okay.
So that was kind of a problem.
How
Kind
was it
of.
feeling being out there without your other half?
Why are you asking him?
I don't know. I think she expects me to have some sort of retort.
Well,
how do you feel, Whitney?
He was there in spirit.
And off stage.
And just off stage.
Yeah.
He looms large over me. He makes sure he's my stage mom in many ways. But I feel like I could perform really well without him. I feel like I did perform pretty well without him.
I'm exceptionally proud of you, and I'm going to say this right now, speaking to someone whose singles debut went in a very different direction. I'm kind of jealous of you right now because I set my standards way too high. All right? For you, people, you're going to come in your next match, you're going to be like some sort of snaky snake that's going to go, yeah, and like they're not going to know you're there. You're just going to spring on them, and it's going to be great because people are going to underestimate you now when they should be overestimating you.
Put him in Smash.
Wait, what? I think you got that backwards. Snaky snake snake. You heard it here first, folks.
That's all I took away from that too. So obviously,
Yeah, that's the
that out
takeaway.
of the way. Critically acclaimed. You guys have a really big match coming up, obviously,
That we
against
do.
the Shire Wolves.
Our biggest match ever, possibly the biggest match in the history of the Schmoedown. No, but it's going to be really. No, I hope it's going to be the biggest match in the history of the Schmoedown. Who wouldn't? But like, we're going up against the Shire Wolves. That's the toughest team ever. I'm glad Whitney was able to get a match in. Keep himself fresh, keep himself pumped. So that when we get out there, we've worked out all the kinks, and we're just going to go and do our best. I mean, it's the Shire Wolves. Yeesh. They're
like-
so good. They're so good.
It's like going to a cocaine party for the first time. Like you don't. You just got to get it out of your system. You go to one.
What?
You get it out of your system.
Well, it's
Obviously.
Well, yeah.
it's actually pretty true.
To have this conversation before.
Take it from
What
personal
cocaine party
experience,
were you
folks.
Doesn't everybody go to at least one cocaine party in their lives?
This sounds like a Ken Knapsack
It's really going
interview
off the
now.
rails, guys.
May-
So
maybe
the
it was
bottom
only
line
me.
is, are you
Hashtag
excited to
Ken?
face the Shire Wolves?
Absolutely.
A little less now. I'm a little concerned. But no, I think we're going to be good.
What are you talking about? He's got great study aids now.
He's so good. He's so good. No, listen, I think I'm very confident in our abilities. I think we're a great team. And I think we are going to go out there and we are going to have a match against the Shire Wolves. And we're going to do our best.
And take the belts.
And maybe if we're good enough and get lucky. We're going to have some belts at the end or not. And who knows? Yeah, girl crowd.
That was the worst promo of all time. Back to you, Christian.
All right, so obviously there
Christ,
the
Viviani,
conversation with
cartoon.
Whitney started to get into the question of the Shire Rules and what was going to happen with the
Viviani,
Shire Rules.
you need to just
will they
live
win the championship?
forever.
Will he get back into the singles division, to which he said he will? But Dave
Like,
Del Rio says,
I will
I just want to
find
continue to
a
play
way
here
for,
too. I've been a fan of the
immortality
show.
become
I
possible,
want
so I
to
can
keep
just
playing
give it
it.
to
He
you,
said
so
it in
you
his
can just
interview, and he says it here
keep
now
doing things
too.
like that
He wants to be
every
considered
day.
as one of the
Manipulating his
greats, and he's off
midichlorian
to a
count.
good start.
Yeah, the
There we
kid's a
go.
gamer, and then you
Boom.
look at Whitney
Done.
too. I mean, we know
I
what
resent
kind of a
that
player
comment.
he is. I think we
Oh,
saw
trust me,
a
I do
little bit of
too,
that
but
today.
I'll take
Singles,
it.
we've seen him in teams already, so
Yes,
we have
fuck
two new
midichlorians.
forces to be reckoned
Yes.
with in the singles league here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
And will we see both of these competitors in the free-for-all? That's right, March 23rd, the free-for-all downtown LA. You can get your tickets at the schmoedownlive.com. 600 to
Yeah, I still
700
want to go.
fans screaming and yelling to watch who is going to win the free-for-all and get a shot at any title of their choosing. And then April 13th in Chicago, who's the boss playing in a #1 contender match? Alex Damon defending his Star Wars title in front of a sold-out crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, we are excited, so excited to be taking this show on the road.
Pretty exciting stuff.
On the
Whether you
road
want to
again?
catch a live event, you want to sign up to the Patreon
I can't
right
wait
now.
to
The
get
Movie
on
Trivia
the
Schmoedown
road
Patreon is
again.
here for you. Select which tier is your best bet right now. That is Christian George Harloff. I am Mark Ellis, and we'll see y'all real soon around these parts here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
There's something else?
Nope, just
I know.
just an advertisement. Okay.
Well, that didn't go the way that certain people thought it would go. Right. Nico, how do you feel after that?
I feel good. I don't mean to to look or act like I'm bashing critically acclaimed or undervaluing them. They are good players. They are knowledgeable players. It's just that when they get to the big time, they tend to bungle a lot of things, and there have been exceptions to that rule. Bibiani was the MVP of the free-for-all, but he did not win the free-for-all. He won the belt when there was no champion, but unfortunately he could not defend it. And it just feels like you want to root for these guys. You want to root for these guys, but they just can't. Whenever they get up there,
They choke.
something happens that knocks them back down. Yeah, they choke. Meanwhile, let's acknowledge the actual winner here. David Del Rio. Diamond David Del Rio. And by the way, that's interesting because his nickname is Diamond, and his last name translates to of the gold. So he's got a lot of riches
Or
in his
off the
name.
river, but off the river in
Yeah.
Spanish.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'm thinking of Dorado. Not
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking.
Diamond of the river. But no, that's
Yeah.
touche.
If I had remembered Spanish
speak
better, that would have
Spanish.
worked. That would have worked better. If I had remembered Spanish, that would have worked
Yeah.
better. But yeah, I see good things from him. Build him up slowly. Give him another person who's like at his level, has a similar record, and let
Not
him
a
build
chance.
up. And I feel like there's a strong possibility he'll get to the title at some point. We're seeing a lot of great rookies entering the Schmoedown this year in all the divisions. And literally the season has it's only a month old. It's only a month old. There's still a lot more debuts to be made. There's still a lot more big matches to see. Sam Levine came in here with a bombshell of an announcement involving 5 competitors, all title worthy, some of them former champions. Singles division is looking pretty good right now.
Pretty good indeed. Chris, your thoughts?
Listen, so yes, sorry, David White, that I confused you for David Del Rio. But to David Del Rio, dude, congratulations on a really good win. Could have maxed out at a total of 22 points if he did have to answer his 5-pointer, which he didn't have to. But still, like, the potential there is phenomenal. So once again, dude, congrats on a great performance. And Whitney, we'll be back. I'll just wait for when he gets a simple little jobber match. You know, he'll get a nice, easy TKO like Dewberry or something, and it'll be a fun time. and he'll be back. But
We'll
until
see.
then, I am still very excited to see where Del Rio can go, because maybe he really is a diamond in the rough.
Hey, Aladdin. Yeah, I was seriously impressed by David. As I said before the match, I didn't know what to expect of him. I had no idea like what his trivia knowledge is. But after, he knows his stuff, and I definitely think that he could make a run if he gets some good matches in, get on a good streak going. Please make him versus Paul Yama happen, because that's just a match that I think could be awesome. Or just anyone else who is 1-0 or a similar kind of record, and it's just a good competitor, because bless you. Because I do think, David has some more to show to us, because this is one match. He gets spinner's choice. He doesn't do too well with spinner's choice, though, so maybe he needs to reconsider what his strengths really are, because if he chooses actors and actresses, I already thought that was a bold choice. That's something that not a lot of people would go with, because it's very broad, and it turned out to be pretty broad because the questions were all over the place and kind of tough. So that's a thing. I do hope that he learns to play the game a little better. That's what he'll need to really do to make sure that he becomes that great competitor.
To come to his defense a little bit, we do know that David is a fan of the show. He watches the show a lot. So maybe just in his mind, he was thinking, okay, I've been watching the game for a while. I know people usually stay away from this category on the wheel. So while it's a broad category, it's possible the questions won't be too in-depth because this category has hasn't been tapped so much.
It would be like if, hypothetical, I was in the Schmoedown and I spun Spinner's Choice and I chose movie release dates. That's the category everybody stays away from, but I welcome it because that's something that I think I'm good at. But who knows? But you never know. I could get something like, what year did Seventh Seal come out? Okay, sure, I know it's 1957, but let's say I didn't know that. And that's
once again, that like a question like, this actor starred in this in years and whatnot. That's just difficult to really think of that. So that was definitely a question that tripped everyone up, especially considering I know that you love Jack Nicholson as an actor, but you couldn't figure it out on the 2-pointer. So it just shows that it was tough. So I'm just interested to see if he knows, if he learns how to play the game better for himself, because I think if he does that, he has the knowledge, and then he could go on a run. So I'm very much looking forward to what he can do. I think that's really all we can say. So we're going to go into plugs. Nico, where can people find you?
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Nico Suave Regoli. That's NicoSuaveRegoli. Right here on Dedicated to Art. The plugs will be said in just a moment. Combat Wrestling Network. I'm working on a Twitter account for that, and go find our YouTube channel and our Facebook group as well. And Multiplex Entertainment, that's the name of the Facebook group, and the YouTube channel. The Twitter is at MultiplexYT. The Instagram is Multiplex Entertainment Network. The TeePublic is just Multiplex. Buy our awesome shirts. Zaddy Smith and I host a Collider Heroes style show, or at least that's what we're trying to make it, called Crisis on Earthplex, every Wednesday. And I was the host of our Sunday recap show of all our trivia matches, but I've decided to step down as host just because some things have been going on in my life, and I feel like it's time I gave that opportunity to someone else.
All right. By the way, I forgot to say, like the video, comment on anything you saw in it, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and then Chris, where can people find you?
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, at Skywalker Dome. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page. And, there is something on Multiplex just dropped that Case and I are involved in, but...
Don't watch it.
Yeah, please don't.
Don't watch it. It's like the worst performance we've ever done.
Yeah, look, and here's the thing. Arkham Knights, 100%, they earned their shot to go for it. So, go for it, guys. Win the belts. But, man, we got some work to do, Case.
We do. And yeah, speaking of multiplex, I am going up against someone I faced twice already, and I can't wait to beat him a third time. Dominic Rizzi. You're gonna lose, man. You've already lost to me twice. You claim to, oh, I just have this bad match. No, I am just that good. And you're gonna lose to me again in that number one contender match. And I'm gonna face Robert Parker again, because I want that goddamn belt. So that's what's gonna happen. Otherwise, you can follow me on Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy, Facebook Case Cornelissen. I think that's all I can really say. Check out our live show with Inner Geekdom debuting competitor Kevin Smets. He's on our live show. We're going to have a discussion with him about Knights of the Old Republic and, of course, the Schmoedown. So check that out. And then all there's left to say is that we'll see you at the next Schmoedown reaction next week. Take care.
Yeah.